Hi, I'm Claire. And one time, a photographer shamed me for looking fat at a photo shoot. When the client heard the things he said, he ended up regretting his decision. If you're not subscribed to the channel yet, hit the subscribe button. Give this video a thumbs up if you like it and click the notification bell icon because it really helps us a lot. I was always a bit chubby. I don't know what it is. My mom and dad were never fat, and neither were my grandparents. I don't have any hormonal imbalances or an underactive thyroid either. I had those checked, but try as hard as I might, I just could not ever become like those svelte giraffe-like girls who walk the catwalks of Paris and Tokyo. That's why I mostly worked in commercial modeling. I do catalogs and TV commercials. It's not as glamorous as high-fashion modeling, but it pays the bills. What hurts me a bit is how people laugh when I tell them I'm a model. And then they realize I'm not joking and everything becomes awkward. What people don't realize is that models come in all different colors, shapes, and sizes, just like any other job. I can't tell you how many times I've matched with guys on Tinder only to have them realize that the model they expect is not the kind of model I am. I'm always working, too, so it gets kind of lonely how I wake up, go to work, and come home to an empty apartment. I barely even see my friends most of the time. But it's not like I can take a break from taking on work. The moment you turn down a job, that's when everything falls apart. People will talk and say you're picky, and then you run out of work pretty quickly. And I'm not famous or anything, so I can't just rely on people wanting to sign me just because. I did meet a guy. His name was Walt. He was the first guy who never made a big deal of my job. He was just there for me, and he made me laugh. He made me feel less lonely. He was even supportive. He would drive me to my shoots and pack me nice lunches. He would iron my clothes and make sure everything I needed for the day was in my car. But one day, on a photo shoot, something happened that put our relationship in jeopardy. The photographer was getting really frustrated because I was late. It took longer when I was trying to get dressed because the clothes wouldn't fit me. "What have you been eating? You're half an hour late. The clothes look like they're about to burst, and I can't find an angle where your massive double chin isn't showing. Makeup!" I'm sorry. Can you tell me which pose you'd rather I take so it's not so noticeable? How about next time you get booked for a shoot, don't binge on a bowl of butter so you can actually do your job? Hey, that's enough. You can't talk like that to my girlfriend. Walt had heard all of it. And who is this undeveloped boy who looks like he got dressed in the dark? I'm really sorry, sir. I didn't know he was still here. That's my boyfriend. No, Walt, please. It's okay. Please, just go home. I'm fine. You're not fine, and you can't let people talk that way to you. You better listen to your girlfriend, weasel face. If you're not working here, get out. How about you listen to my fist? Walt lunged at the photographer and punched him in the face. They tussled and rolled around on the floor until the shocked assistants finally snapped out of it and pulled them apart. If the photographer wasn't mad before, he was fuming now. I could see hellfire behind his eyes as he stood up and brushed the dust off his shirt. Who do you think you are? Security! Take this trailer park no-account snaggletooth goblin before I call the cops. And you fat, worthless piece of lard. Who told you could bring anyone to my set? This isn't a party where you can bring a +1, Princess Fiona. You delay my shoot and now your pit bull breaks my nose? That's it. You're fired. Why are you firing people? Who said you had the authority to fire people? The client entered the room. We were all so embarrassed that she heard all of that. When I hired you, Michael, I expected you to be professional. I didn't know you had such a mouth on you. I don't want to associate my brand with divas like you, especially not the kind of people who would shame anyone for the shape of their body. You do realize my company is very body positive. We literally have a plus-size collection. I'm sorry, Mrs. Cartwright. I didn't know I was gonna hear you being a mean, horrible person. I'm really sorry. Well, I'm not the one you should apologize to. But I don't know why you still aren't packing. I don't know if it's still unclear to you, but you're fired. Then she turned to me and smiled such a gentle smile. Are you okay, sweetheart? I'm so sorry you had to go through that. I should have been here. I'm all right, ma'am. Thank you. But what about the shoot? We're gonna have to postpone. I'm gonna arrange for a new photographer, and I'll have my people call you, all right? The reshoot went well. The new photographer was very nice. My relationship, however, took a turn. Walt and I got in a fight. I knew he was just trying to defend me, but it was my job that was on the line. And I think he could have handled it better than punching the photographer. I lost my temper at him, and he left without a word. I cried all night, and I soon got depressed. I didn't go to the gym. I didn't show up for my jobs. All I did was eat ice cream and watch sad movies. It wasn't until my best friend knocked on my door and forced me to eat anything other than dessert and get me dressed up and off the couch that I finally checked my voicemails and texts. There was a really big international company that called me in for an audition. When I saw the name of the company, I snapped out of my rut and got myself dolled up. I was at the audition in a blur. But I was the last one of the day. I made it just in time. Next, the casting director shouted. The assistant opened the door for me and guided me into the room. There were 3 casting directors sitting at a long table. Their eyes bore into me as if they could see under my skin. This is Claire, our last auditionee for the day. Seriously? This girl? No, thank you, sweetie. We're trying to sell beauty products here, not slimming tablets. Let's pack up. Let's just give this one to that supermodel. But, sir... What do you mean, but, sir, Ashley? Are you the one who makes the decisions here? You're just an assistant. I said pack up, so pack up. The other 2 casting directors looked at me as if I was some scary movie they couldn't bear to watch. I mean, honestly, look at the state of her. I know, right? Are we sure she's a model? Maybe she's here to apply for a cleaning job. I started to cry. I wore my best outfit. I did my hair. I thought today would be the start of a new day. But again, people judged me for my size. Sure, I ate enough ice cream to make a snowman, but wow, I never had people talk about my size this badly. What? Why are you crying? Ashley jumped up to defend me. Sir, she's the model that the client recommended. And so what? The client isn't the one directing the commercial, is she? Send this sobbing mess home. We'll give this to that Ukrainian supermodel. One of the directors said, but she can hardly speak English. We'll just dub her. There's no way I'm putting that humpback whale in my commercial. Weeks passed. I was depressed again. Once again, I let the rejection get to me. But this time, I got off my couch and went to the gym, until one day, while I was doing yoga, I got a phone call. The Ukrainian supermodel quit, and they couldn't get anybody else. The client insisted that they cast me, and so I got the job. I couldn't believe my luck. When I got there, I realized it wasn't luck at all. Hey, I recognize you. The cameraman for the commercial was the same photographer from the last job I did. Hey, so, we meet again. Claire, wasn't it? Yeah, I actually forgot your name. Sorry. Vince. Nice to meet you again, Vince. He smiled. I saw Vince blush, and I blushed too. It wasn't very hard to see that he had a crush on me, and I can't lie, he was really cute too. Geez, get a room, you two. Are we here to shoot a commercial or are we here to watch you two flirt? Don't mind them. They're just mad that Mom insisted on hiring you. Mom? Didn't I tell you? I'm the client's son. When they had to fire that photographer from the last shoot, my mom flew me in. I did her a favor, and I guess now I'm doing it again. To be honest, I'm doing it because I heard they signed you. I blushed again. The shoot did not go as smoothly as I'd hoped. I kept forgetting my lines. One, because I was so nervous that I was crushing on a CEO's son, and two, because I kept seeing the directors behind the camera mocking me and making side comments about my stubby nose, my love handles, and my double chin. But then Vince let go of the camera and held my face in his hands. Hey, don't listen to them. Just look at me. Look at the camera. You can do this. And he was right. The commercial was a huge success. People loved that they featured someone who looks like an actual person and not an impossibly beautiful supermodel. More women bought the product, and it made everyone involved millions. Even the mean casting directors tried to get me to do more commercials with them. But I had to turn them down. I was too busy. Vince had whisked me away on his plane, and he took me to his hometown in Scotland. That was the wildest first date I ever went on. Months later, he proposed to me. We're getting married next year. No matter what people tell you, if they're not paying your bills, pay them no mind. All that matters is you understand that you're good enough. You're good enough.